You ever just sit there alone with your back against the wall, heart heavy, mind racing, and that little voice creeps in telling you you're not enough? You ever felt like the whole world stood against you, laughing, mocking, betting on your failure? Good, because that's your power, that's your fire, that's your edge. When people look at you and say, he's weak, he'll never make it, she's broken, she's done, they aren't defining your destiny, they're fueling it. This isn't some feel-good fairy tale. Life doesn't care about your excuses, your pain, or your tears. Life is brutal, and the world is cold, ruthless, relentless, but that's exactly why you must prove them all wrong. Because every single person who doubted you, every so-called friend who ghosted when you were down, every teacher, boss, ex, or family member who told you to be realistic, they were wrong. And your job, your mission, is to make sure they choke on their words. See, they didn't see the nights you stayed awake wondering if you'd ever make it. They didn't feel the heartbreak, the betrayal, the endless failure. They weren't there when you were scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to survive while everyone else was flexing their wins. You know what they did see? Your mistakes, your slips, your losses, because people love to watch you fall. It makes them feel taller. It makes their mediocrity feel acceptable. But what they don't understand is that you were never weak. You were just wounded. You were never incapable. You were just waiting. And now you rise. Now you turn every bruise into battle armor, every scar into a symbol of defiance. Now you stop asking for permission to be great. You take it, you own it, you become it. You don't get to be legendary without going through hell. You don't get to rise until you've been crushed. And you don't get to lead until you've walked alone. So don't you dare apologize for being intense. Don't apologize for being obsessed. Don't apologize for waking up hungry every damn day with a chip on your shoulder and vengeance in your chest. You think the greats cared about being liked, about fitting in? No, they were hated before they were honored, laughed at before they were applauded, ignored before they were followed, and so will you. But that's your advantage. Let the noise fuel you. Let their doubt carve focus into your soul, because you weren't born to be one of them. You were born to beat them. You know why they say you've changed? Because you stopped playing small. You stopped pretending you were okay being average. You stopped lowering your voice to make them comfortable. You stopped dimming your light so they didn't feel insecure. And now they're scared. Scared of your ambition, scared of your discipline, scared of your refusal to be ordinary. That's how you know you're on the right path, when they start calling your growth arrogance, your vision delusion, your fire madness. But here's the truth. Their opinion doesn't pay your bills. Their approval won't build your legacy. Their comfort zone isn't where champions are made. So forget fitting in. Forget waiting for the right time. Forget being liked. You want respect? Then take it. You want power? Earn it. You want freedom? Then bleed for it. And yes, it's going to hurt. This journey will break you before it builds you. There will be nights when your soul aches, mornings when your body begs you to quit, moments when it all feels pointless. But those are the exact moments that separate the lions from the sheep, the winners from the watchers, the remembered from the forgotten. Because when everyone else gives up, you keep going. When they take a break, you double down. When they retreat, you attack. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. They don't get it, do they? They don't understand why you wake up early, why you grind in silence, why you sacrifice parties, sleep, fake friendships. They think you're crazy for choosing pain over pleasure, but they'll understand when the results hit. They'll understand when you walk in rooms they'll never access, when you speak in circles they'll never be invited to, when you live a life they'll only dream of. And by then, it'll be too late for them. Because greatness doesn't wait. Destiny doesn't beg. And the universe doesn't hand crowns to cowards. It rewards those who refuse to be denied. Let me tell you something. They wanted you broken. They needed you average. Because your power, it exposes their laziness. Your drive, it humiliates their comfort. Your success, it burns them alive. That's why they tried to hold you back. That's why they told you to be realistic. Realistic? Realistic is just a cage built by people who gave up. Realistic is where dreams go to die. So be unrealistic, be obsessed, be unreasonable, be unapologetically you. Because the moment you stop caring what they think, you become unbeatable. This world rewards results. It doesn't care about your past. It doesn't care about your trauma. It doesn't care how hard it's been. All it sees is one question. What are you doing about it? So what are you doing about it? Still crying, still complaining, still blaming the system, your parents, your environment? Or are you waking up every day, owning your pain, turning it into power, and building a life they swore you'd never have? Look, you don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't even have to be the strongest. But you must be the one who refuses to quit. You must be the one who shows up every damn day, rain or shine, broken or whole, doubted or believed. Because consistency beats talent. Hunger beats privilege, and obsession beats luck. So go all in. Burn the boats. Burn the excuses. Burn the damn backup plan. Because if you're not willing to die for your dream, don't you dare cry when it dies. There will be people who try to stop you, who laugh behind your back, who sabotage your efforts. Good, let them. Their hate is free marketing. Their resistance is proof you're making waves, because no one tries to drag down someone who's going nowhere. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them try to pull you down. Just don't stay there. Rise higher. Every time they push, you push harder. Every time they block you, you find another door. Every time they say you can't, you prove them wrong. Remember, revenge isn't loud. It's not screaming on social media. It's not throwing fists or throwing shade. Revenge is success. Revenge is waking up in that mansion they said you'd never afford, driving the car they called a fantasy, living the life they claimed was impossible. And when you get there, and you will, don't gloat, don't boast, just smile. Because deep down, they'll know, and every second they laughed, every time they mocked you, every attempt to hold you back, it only made you stronger. It only made you smarter. It only made you unbreakable. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not your failures. You are the storm they never saw coming. You are the fire that will not go out. And you are the proof that no matter how deep you've fallen, how dark it's been, how many times you've been counted out, you can still win. You just have to want it more than they want to stop you. You just have to be willing to go further than they'll ever go. You just have to refuse to settle. So stop playing nice with your potential. Stop making peace with mediocrity. Stop letting fear steal from your future. This is your life, your race, your war, and it's time you stop asking for permission and start taking what's yours. The clock is ticking, the world is watching, and the only question left is, will you rise? Because if you're willing to endure, willing to bleed, willing to sacrifice more than anyone else, you will be the one they talk about, you will be the one they study. The one they admire, the one they feared would make it and did. So stand up, wipe your tears, clench your fists, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not done. I'm not broken. I'm becoming. And then prove them all wrong.